I have said it that if they explain Nigeria to you and you are able to understand what is happening currently in Nigeria, it means that you need to be taken to psychiatric hospital for medical checkup. Yes, it might look funny, it might look laughable, but it's true if you look at it. Guess what? Tinubu have ordered, finally notified the Senate that he want to send Nigeria army to what is it called, Benin Republic, in order for them to be entered against if the coup plotters want to come and come and strike again. And guess what? The Senate president, which the rubber stamp Senate president, they have sharply, even before Tinubu send it to them, they have even say, hello, Mr. Tinubu, don't worry, we have approved it. We are at your back. Nothing mega, anything we mega and wish. The door approve them. As I dey talk to una now, Nigeria's army now are going to Benin Republic to go there. When we dey talk, say we are even short of Nigeria army. Guys, have you forget just a few days ago now, they said that they want to recruit over 10,000 Nigeria soldiers to join what we have, which they are not even enough. If you know the numbers of Nigeria soldiers they don't buy, they don't send to their creator in Borno alone, Southeast they there, you go know say Kaki no be leather. In all of these challenges that we are facing today, we have Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, we have they are much. Where will I even start from? Tinubu government now say na Benin Republic na be the focus where they go send our Nigerian army to. But that is not even my major problem. Guess what? Sheik Gumi, sympathizer of terrorists in Nigeria, according to very dark man, the fathers of Boko Haram or the fathers of terrorists, bandits, because he has always been the negotiator. He's always been the middleman between the terrorists, bandits, and the federal government. Guess what Sheik Gumi said? Sheik Gumi said that it is better to kidnap. See it on your screen. It is better to kidnap school children than to kill Nigerian soldiers. What is Sheik Gumi trying to tell Nigerians today? I don't understand. The future, we are made to understand that children are the future leaders of tomorrow. Guess what? These St. Mary children that have been kidnapped in Niger, they just came back, over 100 of them. And you can't watch the video without sharing tears or without thinking of your next movement, next alternative. If you are a family man, where do you take your children from here? Do you have a dream that they are going to stay in Nigeria? These children, they said that these people kept them beside the river, keep threatening them that if they make any move, they will buy them. No good food. Children, we are talking about children. And here, somebody like Sheik Gumi say it is better to kidnap school children than to be killing Nigerian army. Crime is a crime. A society where there is no law, there will be lawlessness. There is no law in Nigeria currently. I repeat, there is no law in Nigeria today. Situation whereby we have two different laws that is governing the country. Sharia law is the most superb, number one in the north. They don't joke with Sharia law. It's as a result of what we are seeing in Nigeria today. If you think you don't understand what is happening in Nigeria, Western politics have started playing in Nigeria. And the full leaders, the old takers that has find themselves by themselves to be a leader over us, have finally surrendered, sold this country out to foreigners. And that's why you can see the likes of France also, they are in bones of contentment, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu feel that maybe he cannot contend with the Northerners in terms of the influence they have with the British. And so maybe he decided to pitch his tent with Macron so that he can successfully finish his 8 years without any disturbance. In the other world, as France is coming gradually to Nigeria's soil, the Britain who has held us for a long, who has turned us to slavery, will not allow us to go. This is the reason the Britain, they conspire, they collude, sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out in Kenya, that they brought Kanu to Nigeria. When we hear the amount of money federal government spend, over 10 million US dollar, to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu home, you will think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what is the Gaddafi of them. You think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that is holding Nigeria not to progress. They spend this kind of money. The British cannot say they are not aware. They are aware of it. We are not saying allegedly. If it is allegedly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen of Britain. Why have Britain have not come out to speak in this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? According to your constitutions, why do you have to kidnap this man? This man is in UK. If you want to order for him, you pass through legal means. But UK, they never take that step. They never speak in this same issue. And you see that Justice Omotosho acted on the script being given to him, and he has sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. So how do you justify it? Juxtapose. How do you figure it that the Britons does not have hand in what is happening in Nigeria? But guess what? The real deal, the real prophecy Kanu gave is what is unfolding now. At the end of it all, there are going to be calamity. There is going to be confusions, because as it is now, the Britons in the other hands are fighting to hold Nigeria, for Nigeria to remain on their slave. Where Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the current president of Nigeria, is in love with Macron. The France also want to have their share, because the France has been exposed. Most of the Africa countries you see today, they have eyes have opened through the wisdom, through the knowledge, the template Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching. Many of you that does not know the secret of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Kanu is just like a Moses in the Bible. The birth of Moses was significant in the sense that Moses was thrown inside the river, and Pharaoh's daughter went to pick him. They nurtured Moses in Pharaoh's palace. Moses would have known the secret, the way Pharaoh operates, and that's why Moses was a great tool in the hands of the Lord. The Lord make use of Moses during his time. This is exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to UK, he studied them, he know what they are. And that's why if you are a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can see even when Queen Elizabeth was alive, Kanu is never afraid of Queen Elizabeth. He told Queen Elizabeth eye to eye, eyeball to eyeball, Queen Elizabeth, you are the greatest problem Nigeria is facing, before he passed on. He was in pain when he still live that the Britons are living, and they are subjecting us into perpetual poverty in Nigeria. But they are coming to make the resources of this country, take it to their country to develop. Where the old takers, the politicians, they will take the resources of this country, they will go and hide it in UK, in London, in Canada, in US. But people are dying. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say enough is enough. In the course of this, he forsake the good life that his parents have given to him on the platters of gold. He came that he needed freedom for his people. When he started this agitation, many people were like, oh, he's a class chaser. He want to come and collect his natural resource share. At the end of it all, when they call him for the round table, he will collect a share, he will go away. How much? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu finally collect 100 trillion. 250 billion, 600 million, 150,000 collected from federal government. If you live with people, right from time, a child that will be productive in future, you will see it from a child. Any child that this is a potential for the family, that you will remember the family right from a childhood. You will know that this child, when he will become something in the future, he will not joke with his family. His family first or before anybody. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this crusade, this gospel, we know where he fed into. We know he's not complicit. If you see today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in big problem with Asare Tokubo, the rest of them, it's because of integrity. The integrity was not found in Asare Tokubo. And that's why today Asare Tokubo and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are like cat and rat. Asare Tokubo is jubilating because they finally sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to prison. He said he's hurting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to buy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know, because now only mountain they make. They say now empty gallon, and they make the loudest noise. If you have the potential, if you are loaded, you don't need to make mouth. And that's why it looks like Asare Tokubo has become a tissue paper in the south right now. Look at Tompolo. Tompolo hardly talk. But when they talk, his talk carry weight. When they talk, they will be tremble. When they talk, they will be fear. They will be panicking. Because they know the word of Asare Tokubo. Or the word of Tompolo. Not Asare Tokubo in the other hand. What are we saying in essence? If you still sit on your comfort zone, you say one Nigeria or nothing. If you give this country 100 years for we to be one, don't expect any good thing. I keep saying it, if we are not where we are today in terms of insecurity, in terms of economy, I will have said, God, what kind of miracle that happened to Nigeria? A country, they derive joy in destroying their institution just to praise an individual. What do you expect from that country? That's why you see that no matter the behavior we behave in Nigeria here, the moment we dust our passport, we get out of Nigeria. When we get to those countries, most of Nigeria, they abide by the rules because the law will catch up with you. The law in that place does not regard anybody. As Donald Trump is, if Donald Trump buy the law of America now, America law will hunt him down, regardless of whether he's a president or not. But in Nigeria here, where institutions has been battered, has been destroyed, and you are expecting Nigeria will be better. How will it be better? The praise singer of Buhari, there, where are they? They praise Buhari. They tell Buhari, oh, do this, do that. Institution was destroyed just because of the law for Buhari. Today is Buhari alive. The institution that has been destroyed is because of where we are today. It's because of the insecurity. It's because of bad leadership. It's the cause of what? The economic shambles we are facing today. They have started with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, these praise singers. They can go any length to destroy the institution just to make Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be happy. When Mosho Were was in that was calling the IG of police, you have retired. You are due to retire. Why can't you go let another person come? Let's respect this institution. This institution that you will destroy today. If you destroy today, we don't have country, another country tomorrow. Look at where we have find ourselves. Can you see the first lady yesterday? If you have an institution in Nigeria, let's call it spade a spade. There is not office for a national a first lady of Nigeria. No personal office for her. But look at it. In all she did yesterday by stopping a president or a governor of a state, you cannot speak. If you sing, I'll off the mic for you. Yes, maybe the way Adeleke do what things, sometimes he overdo because that gathering was not gathering that made for church. That gathering is a gathering that for traditional correlation or whatever they call it. You do all these things. You are what? You know who this man who he is. He was there when the people of Oyo single-handedly voted for him to be the governor. If you cannot condone the SSCs of the governor, there are ways to do it. You have SSS, you have people that can bundle him without you showing. People will not even know it is you that do it. Or probably they off the mic. You don't need to stand up from your seat and go and meet him and tell him, I will off the mic. No. It's a show of power. What he just did now, institution have been destroyed, have been battered. Tomorrow, expect another president, first lady, to do the worst. He might even slap the governor. Yes. So, if for me, if you sit on your comfort zone and you're calling, oh, Nigeria will be great, that is your own. Let's watch. Please continue watching this video. Don't forget, share this video. Subscribe for this channel.
1992, 1993 in Kaduna, a riot broke out which they call the Zango Kataf riot. I was a young boy, very, very young then, and people were killed in scores. If you are not an Afsa person practicing Muslim in Islam, they were killed. Especially if you are from the southern part of Kaduna, the tribes from the southern part of Kaduna, they were massacred. It was called the Zango Katafriot. And if the next thing they do is to burn churches, kill Christians, and then if they are done with that, then they focus on businesses that is for Igbo people, Igbo-owned businesses, and they destroyed it. I grew up knowing that Christians are an endangered species in Nigeria. In the year 2000, when the Sharia riots, how many of you have heard of the Sharia riot? Hundreds of thousands of people were killed in Kaduna. I can remember vividly that we had to defend our house from people. They brought some Fulani boys and they faced our house. They were shooting arrows. They were stoning our zinc. They spot our zinc shooting arrows. Even though I was a Muslim then. Even though my father was a Muslim then. But because majority of the people in our compound were Christians, so they were willing to destroy every one of us because we're living with Christians. I can remember a particular church in Mando, for those that know Mando, in Kaduna, called Chapel of Redemption. That church was destroyed. And so from that time, anytime there's a little hanky-panky in Nigeria, the first target is churches and Christians. And this has prevailed for a long time. That even if there's a problem with in another country, the Muslim and the Hausas in Nigeria will rise up and begin to kill Christians. How many of you remember the Miss World crisis in 2002, 2001, 2002? That somebody drew a picture of Muhammad or something in France. Long away in France. And they began to fight in Nigeria. Are you following me? Christians are endangered species. Now let me give you, and that's how it has continued. Scores have been killed, and they focus on regions where there is a mixture of both Christianity and Islam. If you look at states like Kaduna, states like Plateau State, states like Nasarawa, states like Taraba, states like Benue, states like Bauchi, states like Gombe, states like Borno. These are places where they focus on because they intend to eliminate every living Christian in that place. Anybody that debunks it is a total lie because I have grown and lived in the north. I've spent 80 to 80% of my life in the north, so I understand this thing. Several times, I cannot forget the Sharia riot. We were running for our lives. Even though we were Muslims, but we're still running because as far as you are not of that ethnic group, practicing what they practice, you are a victim. You can be burnt alive. Many of us saw human beings that were burnt alive, like roasted like yam. And it has been going on for a long time. The genocide against the Christian faith. Are you with me? Many years ago, in Kano State, a man was beheaded. And anything they talk about, he said blasphemy. And guess who was the person that led it? The man called Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, was the one that led him on. And they beheaded him, they killed the Igbo man. They killed him and they put his head on the stake and they were using it to parade the city. You will understand of a woman also that is an evangelist. An evangelist Eunice that was preaching about 2016 or 18 in Abuja. And they killed her. We cannot talk about a young girl called Deborah Samuel that was killed. I schooled in Jos, and for years, the people of Plateau have been massacred. Riot breaking out every single time. The one that the moment anything happens, the next people that are victims are Christians. And it is unfortunate that all this year the government have not been able to do anything about it. But the agenda is deep. Are you with me this morning? Why am I saying? Because I don't want us to be an ignorant people. If we are ignorant people, they will control the narrative. And these days, let me tell you this truth. God will not come and fight for you. Remove that thing from your mind. If Christians don't rise up, pray from that till tomorrow. God is not coming to fight for you. Are you with me? Now, in the year 2009, Boko Haram started. Boko Haram started because of a section. It was a political movement. They created Boko Haram as a political talks to bring confusion into the government of Goodluck Jonathan. And to be able to, destroy any opposition, starting from Borno State, under the watch of a man called Kashim Shettima, which is now the vice president of Nigeria. Kashim Shettima and the other man, Ali Mohammed Sharif. These were the people that started the business of Boko Haram as a political talks to be able to oppose their opponents. But after a time, the ideology grew and they began to destroy. Now, it became a problem and they began to use it to destroy, bombing here and there. In 2009, 2010. As of 2010, a man led a meeting in Jos. Are you with me? He led a meeting that they were going to annihilate Christians within the locality of Plateau, Borno, Plateau, Bauchi, Kaduna, and Nasarawa. And he said they are going to perform jihad. They will bring jihad and they will go to kill that. If the Islamic leaders are not willing to lead them, he is ready to lead the movement. I have the minute of that meeting in my phone presently. Guess who is that person? Issa Pantami, that was the former minister of communication under Buhari's regime. And several times, these are people that are terrorist sympathizers. And that is why the Nigerian army has not been able to win the war against the terrorism. Because people the terrorists have infiltrated the Nigerian ranks, the army ranks, so they cannot win the war. that said Osama bin Laden was a better Muslim than he is. He was sad when Osama bin Laden was killed. And he has said it several times that Boko Haram should not be killed. He said they are their Muslim brothers. How do you win a war against terrorism when there are people high in government that are sympathetic to terrorism? How do you win that war? Now, there are 4 categories of insecurity or people that are causing insecurity.